possible future shortage. Terry's Diasmi, BBC News.
And we can talk now to our correspondent Maddy Savage, who's at a petrol station on the A40 in West London. So, Maddy, does that forecourt behind you bear out this idea that demand for fuel is actually easing a bit?
Yes, it does seem to be easing. In fact, it was very quiet very early on in the morning. Then a few more people coming to queue up as they were sort of getting out of bed a little bit later, emerging from their Saturday morning lines. It got a bit busier and now it's really calmed down. And the message from most people that we're speaking to here is that they're just filling up as normal. They're not here because they're panicked or worried about any of the conflicting messages from the government. They just want to get on with their weekend and have enough petrol in order to do so. Across the country, it is becoming quite difficult to get a picture of exactly how many places are still without fuel. Yesterday the AA was saying it was around 1 in 5 petrol stations. They've yet to release a new figure, but they have told me within the past few minutes that they believe that demand for fuel has now dramatically reduced. So things are starting to return to how they are on a typical weekend. The message that they are sending to drivers, though, that are going away with their families for school holidays or ahead of the Easter break is to make sure that you top up before you start your journey, because there are still these localised shortages and they're warning people against ending up in an area where they don't know where the petrol stations are and they don't know which ones have fuel. So be prepared is the message coming from the AA.
And just to take as one example, that petrol station behind you, are the people who run it happy that they have enough supplies to meet a typical demand over the weekend?
Yeah, things very much running as normal. No reports of things being any different to a normal weekend. Fuel deliveries are normally very structured. They come at specific times. What is happening around the country this weekend is that the people that work in the tankers, they're being allowed to work extra shifts up to 11 hours to try and get the petrol to where it needs to around the UK to try and ease up these problems that we've been having over the past few days.
OK, Maddy, thank you very much. Maddy Savage there in West London. Well, a woman remains in hospital in Wakefield.